Gonzo Today newsroom, this is Memos from the National Affairs Desk. Presented by Gonzo Today. www.gonzotoday.com. The weird have just turned pro.
Note, the following is a special edition of Memos from the National Affairs Desk. This week, Dr. Higgason, the idiot host of the program, has thrown out his various newswire printers for the time being and will now bring you the following thing.
Take advice and overseas dreams and come in and be rock star. I don't know what to say, so I'll be a chicken like looking green. I gotta be careful not to consider myself a mountain in Scotchy. A mountain in Scotchy. That's why I feel like when I am looking there. Live like I'm a mountain to get buried in green hell. Get buried in green hell.
Hello, welcome to this Boss Special edition of Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk. I am the idiot host, Dr. Jeffurious Higgason. That song you just heard was Mr. Smarty Pants from Olney, Illinois, with their tune, Home of the White Squirrels. As you know, this is a special edition of Memos from the National Affairs Desk. I am suspending the usual snoozy news format and decided to say fuck it and reach into my personal music archives, all to tell the story from my point of view of a small-town music scene that has been fruitful for at least, I'd say, the past 25 years. I'm just throwing the 25 years out there. And it's located in one of the most unsuspected locations one can imagine, tucked away in Olney, Illinois. They have a music scene there that produces scores. I'm telling you, scores of original music. And has a legacy and a lineage as real and legendary as Seattle, or I'd say CBGB's back in the 70s, right? My experience in Olney began in the late 90s. I grew up in the neighboring town of Flora, whose only notable contribution to music in the past 30 years has been...
Is we is or is we isn't? Go get ourselves a prison.
I'm Charlie, mayor of the town. People call from miles around. Is we is or is we isn't gonna get ourselves a prison?
Is we is or is we isn't? Go get ourselves a prison.
Yeah, you get my point. Yeah, it's a hitting, gritty rap song about the plight of a small, clueless town needing a prison to boost the local economy. Oh, you couldn't walk around and tell people that you were from Florida for like 12 years after that came out, otherwise they'd sing it to you. We didn't get the prison, by the way. Didn't get that prison. Just the prisons of our minds. You know, a grand majority of, I noticed, of nostalgic stories about the Olney music scene in the 90s usually begin in this little garage off of North Silver Street in Olney. Unlike Flora, it was home to a very strong punk rock community. The band that hosted shows in that little garage was already locally legendary by the time I arrived. Them Boys in Toucan Slam, and soon their notoriety would be carried to a more wider-reaching audience. They picked up a little bit of steam back then. They had their own label. They weren't a stale copy of some watered-down idea of punk. Toucan Slam was sloppy and precise all at once, loud and raw. Beautiful raucous genius. Their shows were intimate because the garage would fill with people. Intimate and sweaty. Sweaty, so sweaty. So anyway, let's get right to it. Here's Do You Feel the Same from their Olney Core Home of the White Squirrels EP, Toucan Slam, Memos from the National Affairs Desk, Gonzo Today.
Welcome to Olney, Illinois, where a squirrel entering the city for the first time might wonder just what kind of place he's walked into.
We don't have to buy this now.
from their album Doing Snuff with Roy Shearer. That was Toucan Slam with Gus. Right before that, you heard them with Do You Feel the Same? Hey, a little bit later on, we have a special guest coming by, Joe Wilson, an Olney musician who has played in a few area bands, most recently South Street Jam Band. He's getting ready to release his first solo effort soon. He'll be along to share a song with us. Joe Wilson, guest in the studio coming up. As I mentioned before, the strong punk foundation that many bands from Olney built upon, it's present in any kind of music that comes from here nowadays. The notion to try to just make a noise and sort of make your own sound, that pursuit alone separates Olney from all small towns in the area, I believe, who have bands. Now, please, bear in mind, this is my point of view, okay? Commentary by me. If anything, the Olney aesthetic of creating your own music has sort of transcended the boundaries of Richland County and sort of like influenced bands in the surrounding counties, too. I mean, there's a lot of them, really. But we're talking about Olney. It's not just music, either. No. Olney has a really healthy contingent of local artists. All of them very extremely talented and unique. I remember around the year 2000, there was sort of an art rock movement that kind of flourished briefly. I recall sort of a summit that occurred one night in a big old house over there on Boone Street in Olney. We had a lot of musicians come in. There was visual artists. It was sort of like a festival atmosphere, but inside the house during the wintertime. Neat, huh? We watched a film that night, I remember, by Olney's Brian Wilson, who's, I think he's still making films out there somewhere. Buck Weiss and Lo-Fi America. That was the band that I played guitar in. Our band hosted this little meeting. It was in the house that we practiced in, and then some of the band members also lived there. Years later, I was talking about Joe Wilson and South Street Jam Band. South Street Jam Band took up residence in the same house. So, if you're ever in Olney, be sure to stop by Boone Street, take a photo of that house. It's slowly tilting backwards, so you better hurry. Here is Buck Weiss and Lo-Fi America. This is recorded live over at the Purgatory Coffee Shop in Vincennes, Indiana, on a cold December night in the year 2000. We were told that we were kind of a cross between, like, the Velvet Underground and Johnny Cash. So here we go. Buck Weiss and Lo-Fi America and young Jeffurious.
Got a quiet
here squirrels are headline news. Their image is everywhere, and shops are stocked with squirrel souvenirs.
said, hey, baby, are you lonely as hell? I know that I am. Strong now in the hole you left me in. You left me said I was a loser. You left me said that
Okay, that was the mighty Matty Till Dawn with Mid-Wasted. Right before that, you heard the South Street Jam Band, a song called Black and White. Have one of the members of South Street sitting with me right now, Mr. Joe Wilson.
Hello, everybody.
Mr. Guitar Player and the singer and the songwriters.
It's what I do. It's what I do.
We tried this a minute ago, but then the computer failed on us, so I'm going to take a completely different approach. So you grew up in Olney.
Sad but true, yes.
So what was your experience with the Olney music scene growing up?
Well,
what was like the first thing that made you say, "Oh my God, this is something kind of awesome"?
Toucan Slam. Obviously, over at my brother, pretty much my brother Doug Wagner's house.
Right.
He would have parties, and then later on, after Toucan kind of faded, it was just a lot of local collaborations and. Their drive towards making music and not necessarily doing it for shows, more like house parties and getting their music out, especially to the people that they wanted them to hear their music. It was something awesome, really. And you see that now, especially with like Come Quat May and like you obviously Pink Floyd and the Magenta Tide was amazing. You guys did had an awesome following, and
that was a fun run.
Yes, it was. Amen, brother.
That was weird. It was weird how fast it went. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I was talking before about, Olney has always been sort of, in this area, sort of like vanguard is, I guess is the word I'm looking for. As far as like the do-it-yourself mentality, the one thing that I noticed when I first started hanging out over here that people would get together, they'd form a band, they'd write maybe about 3 or 4 songs, and then boom, they'd have themselves a recording, boom, you know what I mean? They would have like a physical, like recording a record.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you'd go to shows and like you would be handed a recordable cassette tape that they did the artwork themselves on the little cardboard thing. Seed Park was a lot of places over in Bridgeport, which is not too far from Olney, where they had a lot of punk shows coming in, and that's where I got a lot of those kind of like home recorded cassettes and stuff like that. And of course, Less Than Jake played in Olney before they was what they was.
Yeah, there are a lot of big bands, punk wise.
Punk-wise.
Played at Houchins,
Right, was it like Operation Cliff Clavin?
Oh.
Was one of I think was maybe one of them.
I'm not necessarily for sure. Don't quote me on that.
I know that they were big fans of that band.
Yeah.
What they kind of proved, it seemed, was that you weren't helpless as far as to like promoting, getting your own music written, getting your own music out there.
And honestly, that's what's really cool. My buddy Chris Karloff, he had the Punk House in Carmi, and the Queers played there. Groovy Ghoulies, a lot of great bands. Chuggernaut played there, which is my punk band and all.
I tried to get some Chuggernaut earlier.
Oh, good luck.
I just couldn't. Well, I talked to Skyler, but he was doing something. He was fixing. Somebody broke in somewhere, and he was fixing glass or something.
Yeah, that sounds like Skyler.
We couldn't get together. So I told him maybe another episode we can get together and talk a little bit more about Chuggernaut.
Chuggernaut was a hell of a band. We were insane, young and drunk, and just Southern Illinois.
Right,
balls to the wall.
Yeah, and when you're like 100 miles from anything in every direction, certainly, boredom will break into it, and then you've got to make your own kind of thing. But, in the past, 10 years or so, there's been how many open mic nights?
You guys had one up at the Gypsy for a while, then we had one at Papa Mike's, and there's been other ones that was formed around, and it gives the people around here that it's like you said, it's an hour away from everything. 2 hours if you're away from everything. Real fun.
Right.
It's like we're pretty secluded from the rest of America in general.
Or the armpit of Illinois.
Amen.
Or the belly button. I can't remember. Which if we look at the state, would they say that like up and down is sort of subjective in space, isn't it right? It's a matter of perspective. So we could be actually the top of Illinois, or the very beginning of it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got a song coming up. Joe is in the process of putting together his first solo, right?
Skippy.
And we got a track to share from that. We're going to do Winds and Lovers, which we recorded, him and I, together in the little Jeffurious studio area here in my living room. Had a lot of fun doing it, too. So
yes, we did. It was great.
So, we're going to take a listen to it real fast. We'll be back with Joe here in just a few. So stick around.
Have fun.
All right. Ready?
Silhouette of you in that sundress, sitting on my front porch with cheap wine on your breath. And I knew right then I would fall hard, even though we were both doomed from the start. And I'm sick of strung out, I'm too tired to fight it. You go big, you go home, there's no room for whining. As the fog in the lake moves from the grass, you whisper to me, this too shall pass. 18 was the first time I saw her, and I knew right away I would still love her. It's a funny thing how it is, something comes from nothing, and nothing's all I've ever known. And it changes when and in love her, and I knew right from then I was a goner and going for bed, going for broke. I'm all in her, all she wrote. All in her, all she wrote. And these 12-hour shifts got my eyes heavy. I seen you pull up in that old beat-up Chevy. You swore you found God, heard I sobered up. A couple of kids and their dad was a bust. He's doing 15 and Joliet out of the picture. You swear you come home and you're looking for Fisher, making a man, settling roots, and somehow, somewhere, somehow just brought me back to you. And 18 was the first time I saw her, and I knew right from then I was a goner. It's funny how this thing, something comes from nothing, because nothing is all I've ever known. And it changes, and when they get love her, and I knew right away I would still love her. And going for bed, going for broke, I'm all in her, all she wrote. All in her, all she wrote. I'm all in her, all she wrote. And I'm 18, only over a lady. And I know it's been a long road coming, and I hear those long nights thumping. I try to find my solution. Forgive me, I need retribution. I'm going for bed, going for broke. I'm all in her, all she wrote. All in her, all she wrote. message is clear. Well, come on now, baby. I love you, loving so sweet. Well, come on now, baby. Let me tickle your feet. 'Cause you got all the love I need. Like you're a dog and I'm a tree. But let your love rain down on me. All I wanna do is tickle your feet. Get out of your seat. Well, come on now, baby. You gotta jiggle that meat. Well, come on now, baby. Why deny me the treat? Well, come on now, baby. Just let me get at your feet. You got all the love I need. It's like you're a dog and I'm a tree. So let your love rain down on me. All I wanna do is tickle your feet. This is part of the song where I usually talk to the audience. Anybody got anything interesting to talk about tonight? Oh, wait a minute, I do.
Hey, give it up, everybody. Everyone needs to realize how extremely lucky we are to have this band locally entertaining us because they're absolutely in fuego tonight. And we are so extremely lucky to have them. Everybody wish them a 100th show happy birthday. Give it up right now.
All right, that was Pink Flood and the Magenta Tide.
Woo!
Recorded one night at the Gypsy. I think it was our 100th show.
That was a fun night.
Something like that. That was actually Chad Groves doing the little talking part. The drummer from Kumquat May, another band we'll feature here in just a
love
couple.
Those. I really do. I love those guys.
They're fun.
They're great. Yeah. I mean,
and you know they themselves. I mean, they actually they've been together longer than Pink Flood, and I mean, and just what they've created, on their own as sort of a fun sort of. I hate to use the term jam band. I don't know if that even applies anymore to anything.
Well, South Street Jam Band kind of started as a joke because, we were a jam band, but we were nowhere in the definition of a jam band. Our songs were structured, and like they were actually, they weren't just
right
recorded, and that's what we did because obviously we have lyrics and we have and ambience we like to set to each song, so we go through them and we get it right. But I mean, like around here, a lot of people are jam bandish, you know, especially over in like, you know, the Fairfield floor, and I love those people over there. I love the local music scene.
It's gone from like almost from jam band to almost like, I mean, what would you call like progressive rock?
Yeah, you know,
from like, you know, the 70s, sort of like King Crimson.
Yeah,
those guys that are like willing to kind of explore further. And just maybe the 3 chords.
And that's another thing that I love. You know, I love music theory. I love like, you know, actual great ketone changes. And I mean, you know, to see a band that's, you know, just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love 3-chord punk. I love the Ramones.
Right.
I love Social D. You know, I love NoFX. I'm a huge punk guy, but like to have a band that's not, you know, around here, especially that's not afraid to go that far, or you know, to you know, show people what they believe the good music is, and actually is, because it's great music. I mean, you know, Beeson plays great music.
Oh, Beeson,
you know?
Yeah, James Beeson down in Fairfield. I do apologize to James and the fellas. The name of your band has totally escaped me at this point.
Oh.
You have to realize I've had about 1,000 songs roll through my head today. Maybe we can feature the Beeson experience a little bit later on down the line too.
Yeah. I mean, their band definitely looking. You know, you should look into them.
Right. Yeah. Right before we heard "Tickle Your Feet."
That's really all I want to do to you, Jeff, is just tickle your feet.
You know, I was sitting in the doctor's office one time, and I heard some lady singing that to her kid, and I almost cried. I didn't want to jump up and go, "Hey, man, I wrote that song," you know, but she's over there singing, and my wife was there. She heard it too. So
right, that's awesome.
Right before "Tickle Your Feet," that was Leroy Jones.
Ooh, I love
with Groundhog. Leroy's one. He's one that's it's sort of kind of hard to nail him down into a category or genre, because I mean he does different things, it seems like, every song. And he's been on the scene for a while too.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
I mean, he played drums for my uncles in the Horizon band back. I mean, that was a long time, you know, 20 years ago probably. And
right.
I mean, it's I love Leroy. I mean, you know, Light Pull. That's, I mean, his I mean, Leroy Jones and the Dad Burnets will always be one of my favorite local bands.
Leroy Jones and the Dad Burnets. I haven't heard that one in a while, but yes, I remember another band, Jeff Tennyson. Jeff Tennyson was in every band.
Yes, he was. The best drummer around and willing, you know, to play.
Yeah, he would play anywhere. It's like if you got a zip code, or you know, you're in a time zone, he'll be there. He'll be there and he'll play.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, he's away for a while.
Yeah.
Just
God bless him. We love him.
Well, he was sort of the inspiration for this little episode here.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to kind of tell the story of Olney and their music, and I thought, well, hell, man, this is a perfect opportunity to do so. I got a microphone, the World Wide Webs. So, okay, well, we were talking a minute ago about Kumquat May and what they did. Well, I don't want to spoil anything. We want to get right into some Kumquat May.
Yeah.
This was recorded the same night as Tickle Your Feet up at the Gypsy. This is their original song called One Rooster Blues.
I have that shirt.
And so here, just sit back and enjoy. Get you something maybe to nosh on, or smoke, or whatever you do. Whatever you do. Here's Kumquat May.
I got 5 hens and a rooster. Keep them in the barn. They don't cause me no problem, so I don't do them no harm. I got 5 hens and a rooster, and it's more than you can use. Every morning them hens are singing, yeah, one rooster blues. Sometimes in the evening, out on the front porch swing, I let them share my whiskey, then we all stand up and sing. I got 5 hens and a rooster, and it's more than he can use. Every morning them hens are singing, that one rooster chickens fed. They asked me please for government cheese and day-old bread. I got 5 hens and a rooster, and it's more than he can use. Every morning them hens are singing that one rooster blues. Backyard, doing what chickens do. Each one's got a name, and each one's name is Stu. I got 5 hens and a rooster, more than he can use. Every morning them hens are singing that one rooster blues. Yeah.
Okay, and that was Kumquat May, the One Rooster Blues, here on Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk, where we use our imaginations.
It's what we're good at.
Of course, we'll be returning next week with the regular Memos from the National Affairs Desk, so please, look for that. That'll be here. Joe will be coming down to Louisville with me.
I'm excited like a 14-year-old girl.
And I know, man. As the calendar days click by, it's just like, it's getting closer, I've been trying to lose weight so I can walk around, and
I'm just trying to gain weight so I can just be happy.
Hold your own, just to hold me down.
That's what we do.
He'll be down at Gonzo Fest, and we're going to be bringing some of his CDs down there. So if you're one of the chosen ones in the crowd, you may get a free CD.
It's good, I promise.
It's good. We promise. We wouldn't just pass out some willy-nilly and put our names on it like that. We're not the Jonas Brothers or whatever they are. So, but anyway, Gonzo Fest coming up April the 11th down in Louisville. I believe if you go to www.gonzofestlou.com, you can pick up all kinds of information what's going on there. There's going to be live bands, poetry readings, spoken word. They're going to have live art. Squalus Puppeteers coming in on that Saturday for
it's going to be incredible.
The parade. Maybe we should get some candy corn and we can kind of sprinkle people with candy corn at the parade. But surf on over to gonzofest.lou or gonzofestlou.com, pardon me, and get your tickets ordered up. And come on down to Louisville the weekend of the 11th. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. It's, miles from Olney. So,
yeah.
That's
Amen.
good. That's good.
A little culture shock never hurt anybody.
Thank you for listening to Gonzo Today's Memos from the National Affairs Desk. I am your host, Dr. Jeffurious Higgason. My guest today has been Joe Wilson.
Hello. Thank you guys for listening for me babble. I like to babble. So.
Well, thanks for coming by. You're always welcome to do so.
I will from now on.
Check us out on the web, gonzotoday.com. The Weird have gone pro, Joe.
I am turning pro as we speak.
If you haven't heard, We have gone pro.
Well, it's about time.
And we're also on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Gonzo Today, Memos from the National Affairs Desk, copyright 2015. To play us out right now, here's the Chicago band called Oblivion with their song called Olney.
I love these guys. They're great.
Have a good one. Later.
Bye, guys.